Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into the powerful world of SAP Business Technology Platform, BTP.
Right. It's a big one.
It is. And our mission, really, for this deep dive is to cut through some of the noise. Extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, the key insights, give you a direct shortcut to understanding what this platform is all about.
Yeah, practical look.
Exactly. And what's pretty unique today is our source material. We're actually using practice questions and the explanations right from the CBC-BTP 2502 exam.
Oh, interesting approach.
Yeah, I thought so too, because it forces us to pinpoint what's really critical, what SAP thinks is essential to know. It gives us these clear pathways into the core capabilities.
Get straight to the point.
Right. So let's unpack these essential SAP BTP services.
Well, what's really compelling about BTP, I think, isn't just the individual services themselves, but really how they all come together.
Go ahead.
You should think of it as like the foundational layer for a modern digital business. It provides those essential building blocks you need for innovation, for seamless integration, extending your existing systems. So for anyone navigating modern enterprise tech, getting a handle on these core services isn't just helpful, it's pretty crucial.
Absolutely. And just to frame this a bit, give you a sense of the focus we're maintaining here, this exam these questions come from. It's web-based, 60 minutes, only about 30 questions.
So quite concentrated.
Very concentrated, needs a 70% pass mark, available in English and Japanese. So that context really helps us zero in on the absolute essentials, making sure we pull out the most impactful stuff for you.
Makes sense.
So let's kick things off with something that's often, well, let's face it, a massive headache for big organizations, getting all those different systems to actually talk to each other.
Integration, yes.
Integration is, it's got to be the critical backbone, right, for
Yeah.
any modern digital setup. So when we look at SAP's approach, what are the core bits in its integration suite? What makes it stand out, and maybe what common problems does it really solve for businesses like yours?
Yeah, that's a great question because, that's where so much efficiency gets lost or gained.
Right.
The SAP Integration Suite, it's designed specifically to tackle that communication challenge head on. It includes two real powerhouses. First, API management.
Okay.
That's all about securely publishing, managing, watching over the interfaces, the APIs that let different systems talk. Think of APIs like universal translators between software.
Got it.
And then there's cloud integration. This handles the actual message-based integrations. Super important for connecting your cloud apps with, your on-premise systems that might still be running.
The hybrid challenge.
Exactly. But the real insight here, I think, is how these tools don't just connect systems. They actually help break down those data silos. They enable true connectivity across what we call heterogeneous landscapes, basically. All your different technologies, old and new. They can finally speak the same language,
Okay.
And that is vital for your business processes to flow smoothly, intelligently even.
Okay, so we've got the systems talking behind the scenes with Integration Suite, but what about the people actually using these systems day to day?
Right, the user experience.
Yeah. Once you have all these powerful connected apps, how do you make that experience, well, easy, intuitive for your users? That's SAP Build Work Zone, isn't it?
Exactly. That's a critical point for any organization. Right?
Sure.
How do you simplify what can be a really complex digital environment for your users? SAP Build Work Zone it's the answer.
Okay.
Its main job is to help you design a central, personalized business user experience. It gives you a unified entry point.
One place to go.
One place. It brings together all your SAP apps, even third-party ones, tools, workflows, puts them into one cohesive digital workplace. So imagine your employees aren't juggling a dozen logins and interfaces anymore. That sounds good.
Yeah. Instead, they have everything they need in one sort of smart, productive space. Big improvement for user experience and productivity.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, shifting gears a bit now from the user experience to the engine underneath. Let's talk data.
Yes. Enema.
Right. We hear about processing huge amounts of data at lightning speed, but what's the real game changer with SAP Yumiya Cloud? Is it just speed or is there more to it?
Well, the speed is definitely there, but the real power of SAP in a cloud, I'd say, isn't just the speed. It's the revolution it brings to making decisions in real time.
Okay, how so?
So as an in-memory database, yeah, it delivers incredible performance, super fast data retrieval, analytics. But the truly transformative part, It's got built-in machine learning libraries.
right inside the database.
Right inside. That means you can run advanced predictive models directly within the database itself. You don't have that traditional friction of moving data out to separate analytics tools.
Oh. You're analyzing live transactional data. So you're basically transforming reactive reporting, looking back into proactive, intelligent foresight for your business. It's about getting answers, getting insights exactly when you need them most.
That's powerful. Right. And okay, with all this data flying around, systems integrating, users accessing things, security has to be top of mind.
Absolute paramount.
So how do you ensure secure access across all those connected apps without making users want to tear their hair out with like a dozen different logins? That's a huge pain point. And that's where SAP Identity Authentication Service, IAS, comes in, right?
Absolutely. A key question for you, especially if you're managing these complex digital environments, is exactly that. How do you balance strong security with a seamless user experience?
Yeah.
IAS is really essential for hitting that balance, its main function. Enforce authentication and single sign-on SSO policies.
Okay.
So it centrally manages user authentication security policies across all your SAP apps, and even many third-party ones. The result, users log in once, securely,
And they're in.
and they get access to everything they're allowed to use. It really simplifies that login hassle while keeping things locked down tight.
Okay, good. Now let's unpack how developers actually, build stuff on this platform. Build new things, extend existing apps. Speed and flexibility seem key today.
Always.
We hear about the SAP Extension Suite, but specifically, what tools in there give developers that agility?
Right. The extension suite really is a developer's playground for being agile. It offers some really powerful components like SAP Business Application Studio, or BAS.
Okay, BAS, what's that?
It's a modern IDE integrated development environment, basically the workbench for developers. It's specifically tailored for building Fiori apps.
Fiori being SAP's standard UI look and feel.
Exactly, the sleek user interface. And also for building Kaki Applications Cloud Application Programming Model. That's a framework for building robust cloud-native business apps really fast.
Gotcha.
Then you've also got SAP AppGyver, which I think they now call Build Apps.
Right, build apps, heard of that.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. It's a no-code tool. Lets you rapidly create custom applications, which sort of democratizes development. You don't have to be a traditional coder.
Interesting. So if I'm getting this right, it means you have powerful tools, whether you're like a seasoned developer using Business Application Studio, building those Fiori apps, connecting to Git repositories for managing your code.
Right. Standard practice with Git.
Or if you're maybe a business user or someone who wants to build an app without actually writing lines of code, you can use Build Apps. That sounds incredibly flexible.
Exactly. It covers a really broad spectrum of development needs, different skill levels, different types of projects.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Now, once your apps are connected, users are happy, data is working smart, you've got great dev tools. The next efficiency frontier is often automating those repetitive tasks, right? The ones that just drain time.
Oh, yeah. The manual stuff.
Yeah. So this brings us to workflow and process orchestration, SAP process automation.
Spot on. And if you look at the bigger strategic picture, SAP Process Automation is perfectly suited for orchestrating and automating those end-to-end business processes.
How does it do that?
Well, it cleverly combines workflow management, defining the steps in a process with robotic process automation, RPA.
Okay, the bots.
The bots, exactly. So imagine automating things like routine data entry or approval processes, even complex tasks that cross different departments. This service helps you achieve true end-to-end business process orchestration. And the real benefit, it frees up your people, frees up human potential for more strategic, higher value work. I mean, I've seen clients use this to massively cut down manual steps in things like procurement cycles, connecting systems that used to need someone in the middle.
That's a really clear benefit. Okay, now thinking about building truly modern, scalable, flexible cloud apps, what's the secret sauce for doing that cloud natively within BTP? I'm thinking specifically about SAP Kaima runtime.
Yeah, Kaima. A critical question for anyone doing serious cloud development today is, how do you make sure your applications can scale up or down quickly, adapt cost-effectively, without getting totally bogged down managing the underlying infrastructure?
Right, the plumbing.
Exactly. Kaima offers that agility. Its main advantage, technically speaking, is serverless function execution in a Kubernetes environment.
Okay, break that down a bit.
Sure. Basically, it's a managed platform. It lets you run and scale cloud applications, often built as small, independent functions, automatically. You don't need to worry so much about the complex server setup. behind it all.
So it handles the scaling.
It handles a lot of that operational burden. It's built on Kubernetes, which is the standard for orchestrating containers, and it's designed for building and extending cloud-native, event-driven applications. Perfect for rapid development and that elasticity you need in the cloud.
Okay, so it simplifies things significantly for developers building those next-gen apps. And you mentioned event-driven. Building on that, imagine applications talking to each other instantly, reacting to things as they happen, creating really responsive systems.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the idea behind event-driven architecture, and SAP Event Mesh makes it happen, right? What's the key strategic advantage there for businesses?
Well, the real power with SAP Event Mesh is how it lets different services, different applications operate independently.
Decoupled.
Decoupled, exactly. Yet they can still communicate reliably and often in real time based on events. Its core feature is enabling that real-time messaging between distributed applications.
Okay.
It supports asynchronous, event-driven communication, which is, frankly, essential if you're building scalable, distributed systems in a modern cloud landscape. For your business, what this really means is you get more resilient systems. Systems that are highly responsive to changes, to events as they actually unfold. It's kind of like the central nervous system for your digital landscape.
That's a great way to put it, a nervous system. Okay, fantastic analogy. So to sort of wrap up our deep dive today, let's look at a broader, maybe more impactful application of BTP, something that goes beyond just internal efficiency, sustainability.
Ah, yes. Very important topic now.
Hugely important. So how does SAP BTP specifically help companies help you work towards your enterprise sustainability goals?
Right. Well, looking at that broader strategic impact, SAP BTP plays a really pivotal role in enterprise sustainability, mainly by providing the tools for real-time data collection and analytics, specifically for ESG reporting.
ESG, environmental, social, and governance.
Exactly. BTP offers robust data integration capabilities, pulling data from various sources, and then reporting capabilities on top of that. This lets organizations meticulously track their ESG metrics, things like carbon emissions, water usage, social impact factors. It helps you meet regulatory compliance, which is becoming stricter all the time, and actually achieve your own sustainability KPIs, your targets. But it's not just about ticking boxes for compliance. It's really about empowering you to make tangible progress towards those critical sustainability objectives by giving you the data, the insights to act intelligently. For example, tracking carbon emissions across your entire supply chain, maybe in near real time. That allows for much smarter, more sustainable decisions.
So thinking about all that, given the diverse capabilities of SAP BTP we've uncovered today, from integrating systems to driving sustainability, what stands out to you listening in as the biggest potential for impact in your own field or interests? And maybe how might you start exploring that connection further?